Polaroid filed for bankruptcy in Delaware. Case number 012864 before Judge Peter Walsh. The company was 64 years old. 10 years earlier, it had won the largest patent award America had seen. It is usually said that digital cameras killed it. Polaroid's own last annual report says otherwise. Its own report calls it the top seller of digital cameras. That is not the sentence of a company that missed digital. The trouble was, what a digital camera sells you afterwards? Nothing. And film was where Polaroid's profit came from. Underneath that sat a debt, and the debt has a story. Its own staff took a 5% pay cut to pay for it. Polaroid was incorporated in Delaware in 1937. Its founder was Edwin Land. In December 1948, he sold the first one-step film. It came out of the camera sepia, and you peeled it apart. Color followed in 1963. Then, in 1972, the SX70. No peeling, no waiting, no darkroom. The picture appeared in your hand. A federal judge later recorded what Land called it.
Absolute one-step photography.
But the camera was never where the money was. Polaroid said so itself in that same last report. Profits came from selling film, not from selling cameras. Sell the camera once, sell the film forever. By 2000, that was still 80% of everything it sold. Which brings in the other company in this story. From the early 1950s, Kodak made Polaroid's negative material. In 1957, the two signed an agreement. Polaroid showed Kodak how its color chemistry worked. In April 1968, it told Kodak about a radically new film. That autumn, Land showed Kodak's research chief the pictures. The following April, Kodak gave notice to end the agreement. That same year, it started a project called PL976. The number was the deadline. An instant product by 1976. Kodak made that deadline. In April 1976, it launched instant cameras. Polaroid sued it on the 26th of that month. The trial ran 75 days. The ruling came 3.5 years later. 7 Polaroid patents were valid. Kodak had infringed them. The court ordered Kodak out of instant photography. The order took effect on the 9th of January 1986. Kodak appealed and lost. The judgment was affirmed in April. Then the two sides spent 5 more years arguing about money. On the 15th of July 1991, Kodak paid. Polaroid handed $50 million of it straight to its employees. That year, it earned $684 million. It never earned a quarter of that again. Go back 3 years, to when that money was still only expected. A Delaware court later set out why Polaroid looked takeable. Profits were low, debt was small, and a very large award from Kodak was coming. In other words, it was cheap and about to be rich. Management had wanted an employee share plan for years. A board paper put the reason for the timing plainly.
It must be in place before a raider surfaces.
In March, the board approved a plan worth about 5%. By July, it was worth $300 million. Somebody had to pay for it, and it was not the shareholders. The chief executive chose the sources himself in June. A 5% pay cut. The company's matching contributions to savings. A delayed pay rise, and the profit-sharing retirement money. The employee representatives argued against the pay cut. The court found that he told them the decision was final. One concession was made. The lowest paid was spared the cut. The next band up was cut by 2.5% instead. On the 19th of July, the shares went to the plan. 9.7 million of them, about 14% of Polaroid, held by its own staff. Delaware law makes 14% an awkward number for a bidder. 7 weeks later, the bidder arrived. Shamrock Holdings offered $42 a share for all of it. Shamrock was Roy Disney's family company. It sued, saying the share plan had been built to block it. The trial lasted 13 days. On the 6th of January 1989, the court upheld the plan.
Fair, even though it was a defensive measure.
3 weeks later, Polaroid went further. It sold $300 million of preferred stock to a friendly fund. The dividends on it ran at 11 and 11.5%. And it announced a buyback of its own shares. $1.1 billion of them. In March, the court refused to stop any of it. Polaroid stayed independent. Shamrock went away. Fighting it off cost $40 million. Then the Kodak money arrived, And here is where it went. Polaroid bought back the preferred stock it had issued to defend itself. 280 million of it in cash. The rest in 140 million of new debt. The patent money went on undoing the takeover defense. The buyback stayed on the books as a fixed cost forever. Now watch the 1990s. Every figure that follows is Polaroid's own audited number. Sales peaked in 1994 at $2.3 billion. They never beat that again. It lost money in 1995, 1996, 1997 and 1998. Interest payments went the other way. By 2000, it was paying $85 million a year to borrow. The company answered the way companies do. A severance program in 1997 for 1,800 people. Widened the next year by 1,000 more. When it finished, 2,700 jobs had gone. 12,000 people worked there in 1991. 8,800 by 2000. Here is where the usual story says Polaroid ignored digital. It did not ignore digital. It sold digital cameras. Its 2001 report claims the top spot in mass-market digital cameras. It sold a pocket instant camera aimed at teenagers. It sold a scanner to put those pictures on a website. It had 2 new printing platforms ready to launch. None of that was the problem. This is the problem. An instant camera is the start of years of film sales. A digital camera is one sale, and then silence. Every digital camera Polaroid sold well was a customer who stopped buying film. It was competing against its own only source of profit. A company with no debt can take years to work that out. Polaroid did not have years because of 1989. The debt came with dates on it. In 1997, Polaroid borrowed $300 million more. Half of it had to be repaid on the 15th of January, 2002. In 1999, it borrowed $275 million more. Lenders charged 11.5%, which tells you plenty. In 2000, the business made $109 million from operations. $85 million of that went out again as interest. That is a company working to pay for a decision made in 1989. In February 2001, the dividend was suspended. 950 more jobs were scheduled to go. In July, the banks agreed to look away from the loan conditions. They set an expiry date on that, the 12th of October. The same week, Polaroid announced it would not pay its bondholders. In August, it mortgaged its own buildings. That bought it $10 million more to borrow. Then the calendar ran out. Polaroid filed for bankruptcy on the day the waiver expired. Which brings us back to the pay cut. Since 1998, the company had also been paying staff in its own stock. 5% of every eligible person's pay in shares. $12 to $15 million a year of them. Those shares were the retirement savings of thousands of people. In the bankruptcy, the stock became worthless. Roughly 3,000 jobs went that year. Retiree health cover was dropped to save money. So was life insurance, and so were severance payments. 6,000 retirees lost benefits they'd been promised. A federal agency picked up most of the basic pensions, not the rest. In December, the company asked the court to approve executive bonuses. The judge cut that to $6 million. In June 2002, the judge approved the sale. The buyer was the private equity arm of a Chicago bank. $255 million for almost all of Polaroid. 65% to the buyer, 35% to the creditors. Shareholders were told there was nothing left for them. The new owner also got the name. It called itself Polaroid Corporation and opened for business. The company that had invented all of it was renamed. A year later, an examiner appointed by the court reported. He had looked at Polaroid's final 12 months.
This raised serious going concern issues.
He also found the company's position may have been worse than it published. The reorganization took effect in December 2003. In April 2004, the shell filed one last form. It deregistered the stock of Polaroid Corporation. Number of holders of record, it said, 1. Polaroid did not fail because it could not see the future. It won the biggest patent award in the country. That record stood for almost 25 years. It sold more digital cameras than anyone in American shops. It failed because it had spent 1989 buying its own independence. And it never stopped paying for that purchase. The staff had funded that defense out of their wages. They lost the shares as well. The camera outlived the company that made it. So did the picture.